Hi everyone and welcome to my channel. Do you know about this change to the electrical testing procedure? So the test that I'm talking about is the insulation resistance test. When I started in the industry we were working to the 16th edition. So back then BS 7671 said that the insulation resistance between live conductors and between each live conductor and earth shall be measured before the installation is connected to the supply. And then it went on to say the PEN conductor in a TNC system shall be considered part of the earth. When the 17th edition was published in 2008, the wording was revised and it was changed to say the insulation resistance shall be measured between live conductors and between live conductors and the protective conductor connected to the earthing arrangement. So this was a change in the procedure, and this is so that the test is carried out not just between live conductors and the CPC of the individual circuit, but also between live conductors and the earthing arrangements for the whole installation. The thing is though, when you're in college learning the procedure and you're testing between the earth bar and the neutral bar and the outgoing terminals of the MCBs, this is much the same as when we learned it back in the day. The difference is that when electricians did the testing on site back in the day, the dead tests were often carried out after the first fix, while the cables were still accessible and before any plastering was carried out. This was acceptable back then, but now it's necessary to ensure that the tests are carried out with all CPCs connected to the earth bar and with the earth connected. Of course, it still makes sense to do some dead tests while cables are still accessible, but to comply with BS 7671 we must also carry out the test with all CPCs connected to the earthing arrangements, and this would need to be done before circuits are energised. So if, like me, you've been in the industry since before 2008, it's important to remember that the CPCs must be connected to the earth bar when carrying out the insulation resistance test, and this may come up if you're ever taking an exam or an assessment with a competent person scheme. Here are some other examples of some changes in the procedure that have happened over the same time frame. The minimum values for insulation resistance increased when the 17th edition was published. The frequency of electrical testing for rented properties changed. There were changes in the values for maximum earth fault loop impedance due to the introduction of CMIN in the 17th edition Amendment 3. I talk about this in another video on my channel, so please see the link in the description below. In the 18th edition, the model form changed so that we were now recording one test result for RCD tests, although I still recommend testing both at 1 times and 5 times the rating of the RCD. And then there was a change on the RCD test label to twice yearly in the 18th edition. If you found this and any of my other videos helpful, please subscribe and click on the notification bell to hear about future videos.